Hello everyone, welcome to another Last of Us Part 2 video. This video is very different from the video I've been doing. These are going to be my final thoughts before E3. My thoughts about what I'm going to be seeing only for The Last of Us primary The Last of Us only. And what I'm going to be seeing there, what we're going to be seeing, and the stuff. I just want to talk about it because, guys, we're like 3 days away. We're not even kidding. It is. Let's see what is today. It is the 9th. Yeah. So we got 3 days left. So we have such a little time before we get some real good information. I mean, solid information. And very bulletproof, meaning that it can't be proven wrong. And so what I'm trying to think, I was just sitting here maybe I'll just make a Last of Us Part 2 video before E3 and everything. I want everyone to know before this video off, we are going to be doing We are going to be doing a Q&A right afterwards, so it's going to be on June 15th. We're doing a Q&A. I'll release a video right after E3 is done, so it'll be on the 14th. And it'll be released on the 14th, so you guys put down your questions. But I would wait to put your questions down, until E3 is done, and then you can put your questions in there because, All right, just give me one sec, guys, and do something. Alright, so yeah, let's get back there. So yeah, I want just wait until E3 is done, and I will put out on the 14th, in the morning of 14th. I'm going to be releasing the E3 the Q&A announcement. So and if you guys don't know what that is, it's basically where you put your questions in, and then I'll do a Q&A afterwards, and the official. So then I will read the comments from the announcement as the questions. So if you want to ask me any question about Q&A, just go for the announcement that's going to be appearing on the video that will be appearing on June 14th, and I'll be doing the Q&A on June 15th. I will tell you if anything changes. Just want you guys to let you know about that. So yeah, but let's get to the main, the title of the entire video. So this is something that I think a lot of people are gonna like. The Last of Us has been truly a legendary game. There's been a lot of mystery, a lot of suspense. There's been a lot of gaps in the first game. The first game was all about getting to a certain destination. It didn't matter about this mystery of it, but they put so much mystery in the game. There had to be a second one. There had to be, because when the game ended, I did feel incomplete a little bit. Like I didn't really get the full satisfaction of the game. Like there's so many gaps between this game, and I want to see more. And The Last of Us Part 2, I feel like it's going to be revealing a lot of mystery. Like the game's going to be basically an answering. It's going to answer pretty much every question you have about the game, the first game. Like what happened to Joel between the years that he lost Sarah and the years that he woke up in that apartment. The past 20 years, 20 years later, I am a big fan of that. I would want to know what turned Joel into the man he was in the first game, because he is ruthless and he is brutal in the first game. He knows a bunch of stuff. He knows how to make, nail bombs, smoke bombs, stuff like that. He knows how to make so much Molotovs. He knows how to make ships. He knows how to make, the modified weapons and stuff. He knew how to aim and everything, or how to aim a gun. He must have learned these things through some pretty nasty survival. All right. Because, that's how, and I remember this quote from Call of Duty 2, where it says, the best training is surviving. So, you throw these people out in the middle of nowhere, and they're being hunted, right? So, you go out there, and you throw them out there, and they're surviving. When you survive, you adapt. You get better, you evolve. And when you do that, you get better. So let's say that was the entire thing about The Last of Us, is that The Last of Us Part 2 will answer questions. It is going to show you another side of The Last of Us. They're going to show you something in The Last of Us 1 that, something in The Last of Us 2 they have not shown in The Last of Us 1. Alright? Because The Last of Us Part 2 is going to be a game of answering. It's going to be a game of no objectives. I don't think there's an objective. I think the objective in this game is to answer questions. And for the character of all, like a character growth, I would have to say Ellie is trying to find out who she really is. Guys, she is 19 years old, and usually when you're 19, you try to find out who you really are. You try to find, if she was in our time, how we live, probably go to college or something like that, or, try to find what she wants to do for a living. That's what usually you would want, as a teenager. But she's turning into an adult. Technically, she already is. What is she going to do with the rest of her life? Survival is something that it's just dark. It's very heavy, dark, and it's just brutal, and it's not fair. I think her growth is becoming a woman. I bet somewhere deep down Ellie would want a family. Maybe even a husband or a daughter or even a son. I'm pretty sure deep down she wants that so badly, but in this game, like I said, it's covered in hatred. So you can't love something when you're filled with hate. So if Ellie is hateful towards someone or something or a group or a faction, so like she's so filled with hatred she can't really feel love, so she's probably not thinking about that. She wants someone dead or some group dead. Maybe it's that cult that almost killed Anna in the second trailer. We don't know exactly what this game is proposing. We don't know much. The only things that we really know that is positive, it's a game filled with hatred. Ellie is the protagonist or the main character, and it's going to answer questions from the first game that the first game didn't. So that is pretty much all we really have. We don't have any other story. They won't even acknowledge or even confirm that Anna was that girl that was being hanged in the second trailer. They won't even confirm that. So that's something that's still going through. That is not confirmed. They are not confirming it. Well, she does look like a lot like Ellie, but she could have been her sister, because I think Ellie's past, her history, her family are coming into this game. Joel, I don't think much. I think Joel is just going to be the second main character. He's going to be Ellie's companion. He has always been Ellie's companion all the time since the beginning of they met in the first game. It's just now I think the relationship is getting strained because Joel, he found love and acceptance and redemption when Ellie and him met. But now Ellie is going through that phase that Joel has been going through. Depression, suicidal thoughts, guilt, or even survivor's guilt, stuff that she's starting to deal with the same things that Joel is facing. And I think her being on her own, because she said so many times in the first game that she's afraid of abandonment. She's afraid of being alone. And who isn't afraid of being alone? Pretty much everyone, So that's what I think Ellie's mission in this game. But I think Joel's is just to be a companion to Ellie and to do whatever for Ellie to keep her going towards the character. But this is the thing. I think Joel and Ellie are going to split up. They're going to get angry, and Joel's going to go looking for her, and something bad's going to happen. Joel might get bit, and Joel might spend his last freaking day, or last 2 days, or 1 or 2 days, trying to find Ellie, and he dies in it. Alright. Well, that would be really, really funny, though. I just thought of something. This game is going to be so long. It's probably like over 10 hours long, and the game only takes place for 2 days. Wouldn't that be really, really weird? Well, but that's just it, man. I think this game has so much. The Last of Us Part 2 is going to be so. It's going to have revelation to it. I think the main thing is revelation. It's going to reveal a lot of things a lot of questions the first game couldn't answer. The first game wouldn't answer. So, yeah, that's the cover for it. But I think this game, the second game, is going to be mostly about. It's going to be about hatred, all right, and redemption and revelation, and finding who you are, your purpose, you know. But I think it's mainly going to be about hatred and Ellie finding herself, because, like I said, it's about Joel and Ellie. The story of Last of Us. It's the journey between these two characters, Joel and Ellie, and they go through this post-apocalyptic world filled with a bunch of emotions. We were made, and whatever faith base you believe in, you were made to have feelings. You were made to have emotions. Could you imagine growing up in this type of world at the age Ellie is, from the time she was 14 all the way down to 19? That is really hard to grow up between those two. It is extremely difficult, and it sucks. It really, really sucks. You know, even now, the world we live in, it sucks. So how could you think for them, where they literally they breathe and bleed survival? You know, you see some random stranger, you don't go, you know, into our time, you just say hey and hi, you know, say hi to them. And this right here, you point a gun at their head, because they're a potential threat. They are a potential threat to you and to the people you care about. You know, so that's the kind of their world. They don't trust anyone, and that is very, very dark and very lonely in a time like that. So. And also, the first game revealed to me a lot about myself and how easy I've really got it. You know, some parts of my life were really, really difficult, but this game helped me realize that. The first game helped me realize that life, you got to make the best of life you can. Especially the DLC Left Behind. That's when I really realized how much my life meant. You know, so this game basically saved me a lot of times. Because at the end of the Left Behind, they have this big, giant, dramatic talk when Riley's speaking. And he's like, every second that we spend with each other, we have to make it count. So and to me, it was like, man, you know, that's the same thing I gotta do. I'm not gonna be here. There's gonna be a day where I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die someday, and whatever I go to, you know, the way I'm gonna be going to is gonna be better. But when a game like this when a game changes you for your good, you know it's a good game, because it can touch you and it can change you. The second game will be no different. There is something about The Last of Us Part 2 that will change my focus and my perception on something. It might be my relationship, it may be my family, maybe the way I see my life still. You know, my problems and how bad they really are, how far I've gone from a kid to an adult, you know, those kind of things, you know what I mean? So it's, you know, it's kind of, you know, it's very, very ominous to think about it, or not ominous, but very cool to think about it that way, you know. But yeah, that's what I think, because, you know, I love this game more than anything. More than any game I've ever played. This is my favorite game of all time. There has not been another game that has been able to change me positively for my own good, man. It's just like I said, Naughty Dog, they did such an amazing job with this game. They did such an amazing job. It was so filled with so much creativity, drama, violence, darkness, but also light, happy or comedy, filled with so much stuff. Where, you know, love, peace, violence, you know, everything. They made the game so balanced with everything, and they made the characters so that you can easily in sync with one of them. And I'm in sync with both of them. Honestly, I'm in sync with both of them, and I can't imagine losing your daughter and then, you know, feeling like you have one again. You know, because when you have a daughter, I'm pretty sure it feels really satisfying having one. It makes you want to be better, and having that feeling back when you have lost that child for 20 years and you finally got it back. Could you imagine what Joel could do for Ellie? I'm pretty sure he'd do anything. If he had to face the devil himself all by himself, I'm pretty sure he'd do it if it was online for Ellie. I'm pretty sure. And I would admit, you know, Joel is not exactly an angel. No one in this game is an angel. If everyone in this game was an angel, everyone would be dead. Alright, because in this game you gotta do bad things to survive. And I want everyone to also understand that there is no good and bad people in this game, only survivors. You do what you do to survive. Now, in a certain eyes of a character, yes, an enemy, because what basically an antagonist is someone who antagonizes the main character, or an antagonist is what the protagonist hates, and that is something that's very, and we don't know the enemy, or the antagonist for Ellie and Joel. We don't know who that is. We don't even know if there is one. Maybe there is some type of hatred that Ellie has for someone that's already dead, and now she's just going and probably killing off the rest of that group, just for vengeance, for herself or for her mom, for her family. Who knows? Maybe that cult killed her entire family, and now she wants to go off and kill every one of them. Or maybe Anna's alive. Maybe she is alive. Maybe, and this is saying, I've said this before in my later videos, and it was a video. It was from I don't know if it was exactly a Fit for an Apocalypse, but I'm pretty sure it was some type of video. It was exploring Ellie's mental state in the game. When I was exploring it, I told you guys that she might have PTSD. 9 out of 10, she's probably going to have PTSD. And if you don't know what PTSD is, it is basically post-traumatic stress disorder. It's when you experience a traumatic event, and it's post-traumatic. So after the traumatic event, you start having flashbacks, hallucinations, and that's what I think Ellie's going to be having. I think she's going to be having hallucinations of her mom, of David, and of a bunch of other characters in her life. Mostly her mom. And so that's what I think Ellie is going to be going through. I think Ellie just needs to... She's going to find some type of light. The game would not end this way off of hatred. They would not end this game off of a dark, twisted, negative emotion like hatred. Because that's just not who Naughty Dog is. Naughty Dog would not put that message out there. Hatred is violence is the answer from everything. Love is something that can defeat... There's a reason why they say love conquers everything. Because it's true. Hatred is a very impure, unholy emotion that drives revenge and the corruption of somebody. So, sorry if I'm going really, really deep and everywhere on this, but I'm just telling you my thoughts about Last of Us Part 2. I'm telling you my thoughts about it and what I'm going to see. So what we're going to see, I'm pretty sure we're going to be seeing gameplay. The reason I say we're going to be seeing gameplay is because obviously Neil Druckmann said it in PSX 2017. And what else I think we're going to see, I think we're going to be seeing a release date. Because Days Gone was finally just got the release date, and it's February 22nd, I believe. Yeah, of 2019. And so we might be getting it early 2019, to Last of Us Part 2, early 2019. We might. I'm not saying we are. We might. But I'm just thinking about this, guys, what else could we really talk about? Because I don't want to talk about predictions anymore. I want to be very solid based on... predicting it and everything is good and fun, but I don't want to do anything... I don't want to lead people astray. That's the last thing I want. I don't want to lead people astray from the game because I don't want to ruin it for them, But... sorry. I'm out of breath. Alright, just give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. Alright, sorry about that. I need to get me a drink. Okay. So great near the end of... Okay, so... Gameplay. Release date. I want more story. Alright, I want way more story. I need more facts. Alright, I need more facts to keep me more interested in the game. I've said this on my live stream yesterday, that if there's even a bit... If there's like even a just small piece of information about Last of Us Part 2... I'm utterly excited for it. That's how excited for this game is. So if I even get the smallest piece of information, I'm going to be excited. And E3 is the biggest event for PlayStation, man. for games, period. So they're going to release a lot of information. I think they're probably going to do a big giant interview. No, I'm not sure if they're going to do an interview or not, but I'm pretty sure they will. They'll probably release new merchandise, everything like that. Get everyone hyped up for this kind of thing, to get everyone ready for it. Maybe even give a pre-order pre-order date, so you can pre-order it. So yeah, I really hope you guys are excited as I am. Remember, I am more than excited right now. Sorry about my dogs. Sorry about that. I am really excited for this game. I really, really hope that they do give me a release date in 2018. I pray to God that they do, because I really want this game to come out this year. I don't want to wait any longer. I don't want to wait until I have to next year. I do not feel like waiting anymore. I've waited. If it is 2019, it means I've waited 6 years for that title to come out. But I want it to be 5 years, because I think it's something that's it just makes sense to me. If you don't know why, because look, at the age of 14 to all right, never mind. I thought Ellie was 18. I thought it said she's 19 years old. My bad. But anyways, I think it's gonna come out. I believe that it's gonna come out this year. And guys, let me say, believing in something, when I believe in something, I tend to stay on it, until I'm proven wrong. Like my faith or this video game. This video game, I believe that it's gonna come out in 2018. No matter what people say. I don't care. I'm gonna keep saying it until I'm proved wrong. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the video. All right, I put together the best I can. It's just a little talk before we go off to E3. I am gonna be live streaming. Remember, guys, I do go on my community, guys. If you want to know when I'm live streaming, you go up there. I will tell you I'll tell you 30 minutes before I actually do the live stream. Okay, I'll wait 30 minutes before I go to do the live stream, so you guys can look at my community and see it. Remember, guys, go in my community on PlayStation. If you want to know anything about my video, or why I'm late, or something like that, I want you to know. Okay, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like it. If you want to see me and more of these videos, just subscribe. And you have anything to say, put them down in the comments, and I'll do my best to read them. And with that being said, I hope you guys have a nice night. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Alright, you guys, take it easy.